They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and with Retirify and savings, I'm going to show you how Bitcoin might work alongside your favorite banking account. We'll look at results, and you come to your own conclusions. Hi, thanks for joining. I'm Arnold, and I created Retirify because I was disgusted with what I hadn't been told about savings and retirement. Retirify is my 60-year-old self talking to my 30-year-old self, and maybe to you, teaching what we never learned about money in school. A disclaimer for the legal folks, this is all my opinion. It's not financial advice, we've barely just met. And always seek professional advice. Do your own research, you know the drill. I call this episode Banks or Bitcoin, You Be the Judge. And they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And with Retirify and savings, I'm going to show you how Bitcoin might work alongside your favorite banking account. We'll look at results and you come to your own conclusions. How do they say? Show me the money. No theory here, no technical analysis, just logic and your two eyes. Today we'll just spend a moment comparing banking and Bitcoin, side by side, fair and square, and you come to your own conclusions. Here's the experiment. 10 weeks, I started with $10. I used a phone app called Swan that makes it easy to buy a fixed amount of Bitcoin each week. Every Monday, it withdrew from my savings account $50. 10 weeks later, I had contributed a total of $510. Same thing in my banking savings account. There's not much to tell there. I also deposited $510 over 10 weeks. It's easy to understand. $510 in savings, $510 in Bitcoin. The only difference is the balance after 10 weeks. You already know half of the story from your life experience. So if you put $510 in a bank savings account, in 10 weeks, you'll have, drum roll, $510. Now, let's look at the Swan Bitcoin account. Same $510 invested. What value do we have there? Remember, it's averaged over 10 weeks, and that smooths over any volatility that there might be in the price of Bitcoin, which is constantly changing. Ta-da! $645.41. And the app tells us that that's a 26.55% increase. 26%, that's not bad. But a reminder, that's not an annual rate of return. That's a 26% gain in 10 weeks. And that kind of meshes with the average annual return of about 107% a year that Bitcoin has enjoyed for the past 10 years, consistently and every year. So today's action step is easy, but it might challenge your instincts about savings and retirement, and that's what I want to do. I just want you to have some experience, and you be the judge. The action step is to look at your money in two ways, in two places. First, in a savings account, and second, dollar cost averaging $50 a week in Bitcoin. It comes down to three numbers. For both the savings and the Bitcoin account, $510 is the amount deposited in each place. So that's equal. $510 is the ending balance in savings. But $645 is the ending balance in Bitcoin. So I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Think about this. Close your eyes for a minute. Focus on it. Which makes more sense to you? You decide. You be the judge. Retirify, as you know, is about taking personal charge and responsibility for your own money, the fruit of your labor. And doing that means shattering some of the lies that we've been sold. So how about I show you how to buy some New World Amazon and forget about it for 5 or 10 or 20 years. That's what I'm suggesting. You could even do it tax-free in a Roth IRA, and it'll produce generational wealth, appreciation instead of inflation. So let me hold your hand here, and together we'll go into what I call the new future, where you're powerful and you're not a victim of the banking system. Think of the hands-off accumulation that you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this mini section on banks or Bitcoin, you be the judge, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button. the bell so that you'll be notified of future videos, and share this with someone who needs this important information that wasn't taught to any of us in school. Please leave your comments below and go to retirify.com to find a link to start an auto deposit with Swan, or go below. I'll place that link right below this video. You can get a free $10 worth of Bitcoin to start your Bitcoin savings journey by following that link. It's easy. You just need to put in your name and address and a driver's license to verify that you're you, and enter your bank account so that they'll know where to take a weekly deposit that you set up. You can set it for a few dollars, for $50, for $10, for $100 or more. Set it and forget it. I think of this like writing your first email maybe back in the 1990s. You probably forgot what your first email was, but it's that first step that welcomes you into a new world. In this case, the world of Bitcoin, the internet of money. It'll only take you about 10 minutes, and you be the judge of the results. Watch your own bank balance stagnate, and watch your Bitcoin balance, your money, work for you. It's actually amazing and fun to watch money that's alive and responsive again. This autumn, there's a hungry horde of institutional investors ready to do the same thing with their funds and invest in Bitcoin. So do yourself a favor and don't put this off. Potentially cut in line ahead of the surge and get started today. Again, there's a Swan link below that you can get started with. Let's work smart and take charge of our savings and retirement. Thanks for listening. This is Arnold. Together, let's get wealthy and retirify.